All right. So once again, um, here's another great example of what I refer to as predetermined turnovers, in which all throughout 2K you will notice there's a lot of quote unquote predetermined outcomes all throughout the game, which is basically self-explanatory. It's just something that occurs where it in real basketball there should be some sort of cause and effect that would make it happen, but in 2K it's more so arbitrary. It's more so the algorithm dictating that they're going to force something rather than allowing it to happen naturally. So right here, I pass my guy the ball, and pay attention to what this computer does. Who's defending him? He reaches, right, but he's already over here, so he's not in front of him. Now watch what occurs right here once he reaches. Boom, he loses the ball as if he just got stripped. Right now, what happened right here? Basically, because this was already a predetermined turnover, but he was not in the proper position to actually steal the ball. But since he rushed anyways, the game registered that uh, he stripped him, right? Because it was a outcome that was already dictated by the algorithm, if that makes sense to you. All right, so he catches the ball and he comes down on the other side of him, and then when he reaches, boom, you see he goes into an animation as if he was stripped, but he was not stripped. He was never stripped of anything. But he goes into this strip animation, like the defense was on him to that degree when it really wasn't. All because all because of what? As I put it, is a predetermined outcome, right? It's basically the algorithm saying, okay, this is what's going to happen. Why? Because we want it to happen. Not based upon skill, not effort or merit, basketball IQ. 2K a lot of times it just nullifies and it ignores all of those things. Basketball IQ, whatever the case may be, skill set, situation. It gets to a point sometimes where it just really doesn't give a damn because it already has its own narrative baked in the game. All right, so you would notice you would do certain things, and it's like, wow, you know, uh, something totally different just occurred, as opposed to what I was actually doing with my joystick, because the game is controlling what is and is not allowed to happen. All right, and he gets to steal, completely bogus, whack defense. In reality, here's what happens in real life if this same thing occurred in real life. I pass him the ball. He does this dumbass reach. This guy right here is a great driver. So when he does this reach, you know what happens, right? This man typically would just take off to the basket. Now he might step up and defend it, but then he could pass off to the guy right here because he's gonna have to leave him open. And more than likely, we got a bucket. Got a pretty easy bucket at that. All right. But since there was a narrative at play, all of that was nullified, and I was forced to cough the ball up. Made no sense whatsoever. But that's 2K for you. Anyway, peace.